going down.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate you all for tuning in live, listening to replay. We got a quality episode coming to you guys today. We're going to be coming to you all with Cornell the Trader. We didn't put it in the title, but the title is The Vault Episode 300. Is it making me any money? And definitely excited about doing this episode because this is one of those things that people come to the vault, they come for asset protection, but then they got to actually get in contact with the man on the phone here who's in the trustee training program, who speaks at the trustee training workshops, who's featured at our May 1st trustee training workshop, who's actually going to be doing a webinar here on the 28th of March. So if you want to get in contact with him for the 28th of March, Christian at trustchristian.com will forward you over to him and his team. We always have done that in the past. We're really excited about it because we've done it with people in the past. They've been forwarded over. They've been taken care of in good hands. We're so proud of what we've done because we know we've helped people put money in their pockets. Cornell was almost like the Rain Man of what he does. So it's always good to be close to the money, as they say. But this episode is it making me any money? And we want to know, Cornell, has this ever been a thought in your mind, which is it making me any money? Like when you had to learn something early, when you had to start the franchise, anything. What would you say about that? What would you say? Is it making me any money? Do you have that thought process going into a venture right off the rip in the beginning?
Bueno,
I said, do you when you walk into any venture, do you walk into the venture saying, "Is it making me any money?" Like, how long do you wait till you get to that point, or what would you say about when someone says, "Is it making me any money?"
first of all, you got to build a system. In order to make some money, Chris, you got to build a system. That's the problem people got. That's why they ain't making no money because you go in with that mentality right there instead of going in and actually working on building the system. You build a system, the money will come. Now you're not chasing money. Same thing with trade. You got to build a system.
So, what
You got to
is
know
your
what you're doing.
system? What is your system?
Research, education, analyzing, common sense. A
Okay,
lot of people go too deep with it, and then the common sense go out the window.
exactly,
Then
exactly.
the simplest thing stop you from making the money because you overlooked it because you try to get it complicated,
Right.
and that's one of the big problems I have with trade with people because you been programmed to think it's so complicated. When you see the simplest move, it's throwing you off. Now you can't get to the money. So like I said, you gotta learn the system.
Right, you gotta learn the system. Okay. So is there any defined time limit on is it making me any money?
That's on the person.
Right.
Everybody not might have me in your drive, which we run across that. Hey, some people at their own little pace. Some people don't take stuff serious. Some people ain't real with themselves and take stuff serious. Guess what? A lot of the time, your shortcoming that's coming from you. Like you say you want it, but do you really want it? Do you really want it? We tell somebody to go, hey, you gotta go look at this every day, but you know over there you're only looking at it twice a week. So I mean your progress gonna be longer. Is who hungry, who trying to get it for real. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. You got to really want it and thrive in it and work it.
It's interesting that you say that when you say you gotta thrive at it and work at it, and when you think about that, it's like you gotta put in so much time and effort into it. And so many people they wonder, is it worth it? They almost wonder like, are they working in vain? Maybe the early budding entrepreneurs say, are we working in vain? Hey, OG Cornell, am I working in vain? I've been working in my 20s. I ain't really landed a solid business yet. I haven't really landed the true business I'm gonna be in. I'm still under 30. What would your words of wisdom be to me? It isn't making me any money yet. I got a few things I haven't capitalized and turned them over yet. What would you say?
Like I said, that's by the system. It ain't turned over yet. You know what? Could that mean you supposed to sit down and figure out why they ain't turned over yet? But most people don't do that because, like I said, they're looking for the quick hustle. At the end of the day, they're looking for the quick hustle. We both know that. So when you're looking for the quick hustle, that really ain't good. Like, I don't know. People just don't want to build a system. You build a system no matter income, no matter what it is, trade, real estate,
When
regular
did you learn
business.
that though? What age were you when you learned that?
Probably in my 20s, early 20s. It's all about getting in the right environments also though. Like you see, we try to get in the environment. If you hear me talking about something, I'm trying to get in that environment. And even though I do good for myself, I still ain't scared to go learn from somebody else either. That might be in a better position than me. So guess what? I'm always gonna learn the system. What I said, you're gonna have to educate yourself. So guess what? It may be something that I don't know, Chris, that this multimillionaire might tell me. They go right along with what I'm doing. It'll be the missing link. See, I leave them doors open. I stay in them environments. And then guess what? The system gonna be solid when you stay in them environments.
So it's the system that's making you the money.
The system make you the money. System make you the money. The system keep you the money.
System keeps the money consistently too, because the system will work without us. Hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you put a
Legacy
system in place
building.
for generational wealth. You have to have a system in place. You know
Generational
that.
way. You
You
got
have
to
to.
have a system in
Yeah, you
place.
have to have a system in place. It's a system of accountability, a system of recording, a system of definitely being some type of fiduciary, some type of entrepreneur, some type of investor, some type of, even if you're on the making money giving it away side, if you're on the making money giving it away side, you're still in a position where your children are having to go out and they're not raising funds, but they're putting money actually in places to hold the family in the position that they currently are in just by investing principal and living off interest. That's just what they're doing. They're just in a charitable perspective. It's like when Warren Buffett says, "I'm not gonna leave it to my children," and then he ends up leaving it to their charities.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. That's education.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you got the webinar coming up on the 28th. This is always by request, so it's really exciting. Shout out to Delaware for tuning in live, listening to replay. Appreciate Delaware tuning in live, listening to replay. We got some listeners up in Delaware, Cornell. All right, so is it making me any money? So we want to know, okay, so why is it, Cornell, we always got to shell out some money first to make some money?
Think about we talk about a system. These are powerful systems. A lot of people. I'm gonna give you what one of my mentors told me a long time ago. A lot of people don't take things serious unless they put their own money into it. So a lot of times you get free things if you think about it. The logic. I'm gonna go look at that whatever. But when you got some money in that Christian go drop 20,000 or something.
You be looking at it
And
every
he
day.
know you looking at it every day. So that's something I learned from the mentor. Like he told me, I can teach you how to trade for free, but you ain't gonna take it serious. So I got to charge you something. And that is most people's philosophy. Now if you scared to pay to play, then you gonna stay in the same position you are. Hate to say it, but Christian, you gonna stay in the same position. Ain't no ways around it. Because you're gonna have to come off some money. If you come off money for new joints and everything else, then Christian can come off for some money and invest in yourself. That's just bottom line. We just keep it simple like that. If you ain't gonna invest in yourself, you'll never get to what you're trying to achieve or what you come on here and listen to us talk about. So I hate to say it, you're gonna be still in that same boat. You're gonna be going to work every day. Hopefully your job will lay you off and you get stuff done. But the trend I see, a lot of these jobs ain't coming back. So if I do got some money, like y'all get these stimulus and PPPs and all that other stuff, I will be investing my money. And just me. And it's because the environment I put myself in. That's how they think. That's why they don't get way more money during bad time compared to somebody that's sitting there just waiting on. I ain't gonna use the word handout, but just sitting around waiting on free checks that ain't free.
Is it making me any money though? So the stimulus money, if you getting the money or any money in general that you get, you saying that first you gotta
And that's the
invest
question
in
you
it.
should ask yourself when you get that stimulus check. Is it making me any money? What can I do, Christian? Is this gonna make me some more money? Or am I gonna fall in the same loophole as everybody else and just take the money and spend it? That's a very good question to ask yourself.
Hmm. Well, this money was supposed to make people money, but then we know what happened. It fell in arm's way. That means fell by the wayside. They didn't really invest it. It wasn't an investment tool, but people could have utilized it as an investment tool. Now that's the worst part. They introduced debt into the society, and then they actually bought it and gave it right back to the companies. So now we see why they're wealthy, because they're at the end, at the proper end of supply and demand. They're the ones giving away the supply, and the demand is being met. Is it making you any money though? That's the question to ask you, Cornell. Now, how they gonna make money in the pandemic, post pandemic, with trading if they going through the webinar? Trading was hot last year. It was hot in 2020 until Robinhood stole people's money with GameStop and that other stock and all the other stocks that Reddit gave out. So look, no one wants to go back in there. They're snake bit right now. They're not trying to go back in there feeling naked. They feel like they can't trust the corporations, supposedly, Cornell. They say they can't trust the corporations, but who are they working for? Amazon. Who are they working for? Uber. But they're saying they don't trust the corporations. Yeah, right. Once again, Cornell, is it making you any money? How can a trader make the money, Cornell? This is business. How can they make them any money? You telling them they gotta have an account. You telling them they gotta have something to play. How much do they gotta have to play? This is the mysterious question. And then when they hear that Cornell he studied for 8 months straight and didn't take a trade, that might hurt somebody's feelings. One out of a million. We got one down. 999,000 to go. To see who's gonna make an excuse for if you had to study a year to be able to be in control of your income for the rest of your life.
Yep.
It's like a college degree. Isn't that what people went to college for? To learn how to so called make money? How's it gonna make them some money, Cornell?
You gotta be real with yourself. Hey, if you starting projects and ain't finishing, it ain't gonna make you no money. That's just bottom line, Chris.
Right.
But if you sitting around, let me tell you something. This is they say the pandemic, but the most money being made in real estate right now. I can't even find no real estate to buy right now.
Yeah,
But it's a
inventory.
pandemic going on, Chris. Y'all allow me to buy some stocks at the bottom of what we teach at the bottom of the cycle. So that's during the pandemic, Chris. Like y'all don't get it. So hopefully when y'all be listening to us, listen to what we talking about. We're not talking about the regular working side. We sit around people that's literally getting money right now. We sit around people that, as we say, finna go from rich to wealthy in a pandemic. To where if you was over there, you probably could go from working to rich. Like I'm doing that in my mentorship because I'm sitting there looking back like, dang, you know what? I'm gonna make all these folks pretty much they're gonna have at least a half a million dollars in less than a year and a half. Probably more than that. Because guess what? We're not sitting around. We get to the business. Pandemic is to throw you off. Pandemic to make you lazy, sit around and depend on, oh, Christian, we gonna get $1,400. And then ask Cornell, we got 1,400. Nope, don't want it. If I took any stimulus, nope, don't want it. Why? When I'm in position over here, 'cause I put my systems in place. I put myself in the right environment so I can hear the right things to understand all this is just blowing smoke over here while these folks over here getting wealthy. So, Chris, you can't be mad at me when you sitting around me and you see what we doing. But you got to put yourself in position. So, what you gonna do with that 1,400? Matter
Now
of
you
fact, some
think
of the
about
folks
that.
get. We'll go to some of y'all get PPP 10, 20,000. What you doing with it though, Chris? That's the crazy thing about it. People getting that type of money. They're still not doing anything with it. You're not producing nothing that's gonna last your family for a lifetime. That's what we talking about. We talking about system.
Right, it's supposed to be a quick
That's it.
flip.
Generational wealth.
It's supposed to be a quick flip. It wasn't a quick flip for sure. You know. Think now. You say people were getting wealthy during the pandemic. I had a question for you, uh, because people were getting wealthier during the pandemic, and they still are right now. I had a question for
Still
you,
are.
man. But yeah, it's just oh. I was just saying, it's crazy because in the mentorship program, you can literally, if you just literally have somebody that could keep track of the statistics of the people that are in, have somebody really just on the numbers. Like, look, I want you to keep track of these key metrics, and you just keep track of these key metrics. You just see even performance and increase on portfolio. That's a portfolio. When people talk about, oh, I got all these coaching programs and all this different stuff out here, bro, you know what it is. It's as simple as we can look at the numbers and say, okay, these are real lives. These are real people. These are just the numbers of this situation. The numbers are that these people put in this and they ended up growing into this and they kept going on from there, and so it's interesting because so many people be like, oh, I got this program, I got that program, but it's like when it comes to talking about pointing out the numbers and like percentage increase or like anything like that, like it's just crickets, man. It's just crickets in the streets. Like you don't hear anybody saying, look, everybody got a coaching program, everybody got this program, but when it comes to actual keeping track of the numbers of the increase from zero, what is the earnings growth percentage? Now we don't need the numbers. We don't need people's numbers of what they put in and what they got out. What is the earnings growth percentage based off of people dealing with you? You know what I mean, Cornell?
Oh yeah.
And that's why I say, is it making me any money? Think about it. Having a relationship with you has put them in a position to know what. Is it making me any money? That's all they gotta ask themselves. Well, everything Cornell's told us to do is making me some money so far. It's supposed to be making me some money, right? Right. For a great earnings growth percentage.
Yeah. Some private investors.
And people, some people, they sit around and they have these motivational conversations and they want to be rah rah and pump you up. But when it comes to the vault and Cornell and Trust Christian Vault, we even talk about doing our workshops. Well, Cornell's up there talking about some real information. He's not just sitting up there having a general conversation. Like, people get to raise their hand and ask questions. People get to ask a question. Is it making me any money though? Is it making you any money, Cornell?
It could be a lot of money.
You know, some people may envy this type of thought process, Cornell. Oh man, Cornell, I don't know, brother. I mean, when is the rock going to break and turn into water for me? You know, Cornell, they've been pumping, they've been hitting the rock with the staff, but it hasn't turned into water. When is it going to crack for them, Cornell?
That's up to them. It's all about who taking it serious. You know that.
So hold on.
Anything we do, it's all about who taking it serious.
So you're saying if somebody take it serious, they're more likely to be successful than the person that's not taking it serious.
It's simple as that.
Simple as that.
That go to common sense we talking about right now.
Right.
How you expect to learn trade if I tell you you're going to look at this every day until you get it? I just said Chris will go ahead and look at it every day for the rest of their life. I said every day until you get it because it's repetition. So guess what? When you learn it, you think Chris will go ahead and put in the same time he put in if it took him 5 months? Nah, he knocking it out in less than an hour. So it ain't no big deal to go in and look at the numbers now. But before he got it, what he had to do, he had to put that study time in. So if you didn't put the time in, that's in the anything. Like you're not gonna get the results.
And it's based off a study. So this isn't even based off putting the money up. This is a based off of a study of knowing your craft, knowing your
Yep.
skill. See, I hear the thought process with trustee training. Everybody want to get to the money. They want to ask, is it making me any money? But they ain't putting in the study time to make the money. You think money's growing on trees? You think money floating out of thin air? If it was, everybody would have it, right? Nah, money's an elusive thing. And you got to be wise and cunning to catch that animal. See, it's a wild beast. That's why you got to put a system in place to trap it. So when it come to you, it's going through the system, the proper system. So you don't have to keep catching it. You could just reuse the same bear trap. So you can trap some bears. So you can trap some bulls. How you gonna trap a bear or a bull? You ain't gonna go jump out on a bull or a bear yourself. You gotta set a trap. That means you gotta get a system in place. Cause last year when the stocks were at all-time lows, if people just knew the knowledge to buy then, if everybody knows, if the stupid saying is buy low, sell high, why didn't people put their life savings into the low of the stock market? Because they couldn't call it. See, the average investor, that's why they're called average, because they didn't get in at the lowest low. They got in at when everything that was 50% up.
So let's go over this. We talking about creating a system. Like you said, keep it simple. You done heard it, but as you doing it, what is it? We call MGM what? $6? MGM $42, Chris. You probably never catch MGM at $6 again. What else we invested in? A whole bunch of airlines. Who we had?
AAL,
Yeah, who was that? American Airlines.
American Airlines, RCL, Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
But this is as simple as okay, y'all looking at pandemic. We look at things different. What I said, MGM 6 is at $42. Yeah, I go back and look at my timeline. Like people like to go look at my timeline. I go look at my timeline. He just bought American Airlines around that time back. It was about $9. It's at $25, close to it. I don't think I bought American.
You doubled your money in Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean, man, double.
Yeah, you
I bought
doubled it.
Royal Caribbean at $20. I think.
Yeah, it's at 88
Man,
today.
Royal Caribbean hit 100. You see what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah,
at 100.
it
They
was at
started
100.
going up, and they finna open back up.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean about to be
But
jamming.
but see, but it's education. We ain't really looking at that, Krista. We done looked at the data. What I said, we analyze, we create the system. The top price 135, 140 when they working normal. We bought it at $20. because you probably never buy any of these. This is how a rich person thinks. We show you how a rich person thinks. Pandemic hit, they didn't go in panic mode. They're gonna look at the chart. They're gonna go look at the data.
So they go look at the chart. That's exactly what they go do. They go
Oh,
look at,
you know
hold on,
what?
let me go see what buying opportunities are available. I've been sitting on
Let me go
cash.
see what company well known that took a hit, which all of them gonna take a hit. Oh, Delta Airlines. Oh, yeah, $20. You think Delta finna stop with flights? No, this is close to $50 now. But you see where I'm going with that? All it, if you had to put money in all of this, you up right now. Y'all probably see me post on my page. When I told people you welcome. It was matter of fact, Facebook sent me a memory when I first told everybody about the stock
Hmm.
a year ago. And I said, for the ones who listen, you welcome. Because like I said, not Christian, if you going out creating the system, you going out, like I said, making some money.
I got a good one for you. They say isn't making me any money, but scared money don't make no money. Talk to us about that, Cornell. Oh, you muted us out. You there? Let me see. I got.
So I ain't know. Say what now?
I said scared money. I said isn't making me any money, but I said scared money don't make no money. Talk to us about
Yeah,
that.
money don't make no money.
Talk to us about that.
A lot of people got savings on here. And savings ain't grew in a few years now. But oh, Connor, I got a good job. I'm good. I'm straight. I hear y'all, but you don't hear us because my money don't sit still in the account. We go out create systems. We go out and get some more money. I go out, I make 10 times to make it on your 401k off of me going out creating systems for my money. So here's the problem: pandemic happened. Guess what? Your job affected. My investment, they okay. Okay. Christian can't find that $100,000 job no more. But he's sitting around waiting on another one to come across. You're not creating. Now that job don't come across. Now if you did have 50,000 saved, the common sense in your head didn't click. Like only you was able to save money because you had a check coming in. Now you don't got a check coming in, Christian. How you gonna eat? Oh, we good. We got 50,000. This is the mentality of a lot of people that's still on that side. Now guess what? A couple months go by, you still waiting on that job because your pride and ego gonna step in the way of a lot of people. Like me, guess what? If I was making 100 some thousand people, I gotta go work at these two, three jobs to do what I need to do to get back on track. I'm gonna do that. Most people don't do that when they get in a position. Now they got the nice car, nice house. It is real life. You know, I tell you, I talked to at least 8, 9 people last year that lost everything.
What do you think stops a person from making that move where they go and say,
Being
okay, I
too
gotta think light
comfortable
on
that
my feet?
being too comfortable in your job and not going to create nothing for your family. You always gonna lose if you're not creating anything for your family. That was told to me by a rich billionaire that I'm cool with. You don't go create for your family, you're gonna be broke. Man, it was put to me just like that. So the same way you were laughing, that's how I laugh. But I heard him loud and clear.
So now that we
I
know,
stay forward, Christian. I do not play around. I always go create for my family. So even when I'm dead and gone, my family's straight. And it ain't just off life insurance. It's because I'm creating systems.
right.
Guess what? Now I can write in there that you're gonna be educated. Because guess what? This generational systems we keeping up. That's I'm controlling that. You see what I'm talking about? That's create. That's called creating for your family.
Right.
Not I'm on this job, Christian. And, you know they ain't looking out for your family. That's why a lot of jobs ain't coming back. You got to think about it every day. It's who company? It's their company, Chris.
Right.
I can't keep losing money. Ain't no work coming in. I like y'all, but I can't pay all y'all $100 some thousand anymore. 'Cause guess what? They got to protect their family. They created the business for their family.
Yeah, they definitely say that, is it making me any money? And they want to know, is it making me any money right now, Cornell? They need the funds right now. How do they get around the right now, I need it right now mentality?
You didn't have it before. What makes you say you need it right now? Would you rather have the quick money and not know what to do with it, or would you rather have the system in place and the money keep flowing? I'd have been asked. I done heard that statement before. That's the response I get. What you want? Quick money and you don't know what to do with it, or take the time, set up a system, and the money just keep flowing. Don't even stop.
That's the money system paradigm. Is when you change from the I don't have it to the I know how to build a system to get it. Then you build the system to get it and it comes to you. That's the money system.
It come to you. So guess what? Now, when you're in the right environment, for instance, like my mentorship, first two classes, they amazed. So guess what? I just introduced them to six figures in business credit, then to an investment that we ain't gonna even talk about this pride, but they get a nice return on their money. And we ain't even got to the business yet. All during the pandemic. So when everything really hits the fan, because y'all don't understand, life is going back. Probably not all the way normal, Chris, but we finna get back to a normal pattern since the vaccine hit the market. So all the stuff you didn't take care of, and they say pandemic stuff you didn't take care of because you didn't have that create mentality, you finna have to deal with. But guess what we doing? We moving on along, so now we in position to create even more.
It's definitely a different mindset when you talk about creating. And Cornell, that is a mystical thing, man, to a lot of people. Is creating, coming up with an idea, writing a plan out for an idea, feeling confident in an idea, and executing that. Some people may say, I do not come from that mentality of a level of execution where I can come up with an idea, I can take that idea out of my head and make it into a tangible, actual product or service, and then let alone go out and do the marketing aspect of it and actually grow a company to where it's growing. And I'm obviously having to manage it or grow it or market it or whatever a person's having to do. You know, they're trying to focus on making it make money so they can do all of those things. So I think it's definitely a different shift in paradigm from a person thinking that they don't have it to, hey, I gotta create a system that gets this and keeps this in place. um, that is a generational wealth tool, thought process that we talk about, and even at the workshop, I know that's something that Cornell is going to elaborate more on. And I definitely want to stick to those kind of the cliche questions that you've even gotten in the past week, Cornell, that people may question an investment, or people may question different things, and we're just getting rid of those questions, because people always say, well, Cornell, is that going to make me any money? It's like, well, what do you mean is it making you any money? Like you say, you ain't had none right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking that question, because when you come for asset protection,
And
you
that's
get
the
asset
mentality.
protection.
You ask that question like you already creating some money, but you're not. You expecting somebody else to do something for you instead of going out and create the system that you already not even taking advantage of.
The money system.
Uh, the money system.
They're trying to figure out how to take advantage of the money system, Cornell. So, the money system as a whole is once again being able to get OPM to work for you. Very, very important.
And
Uh,
being able to create, man, you're gonna be be able to listen to someone tell you something without you getting offended about it. Because our mentors, hey, they in position. They may say some harsh things to you, but it's not to tear you down. It's really to make you strong. But how many people can take that? A lot of y'all can't take it. But if you understand the logic behind it, then you wouldn't read so much into it. But guess what? That's the type of mentality you have when you're in environments where everything ain't going right for you. Or you feel it ain't going right for you, and this and that. See, you around the wrong people. If you're not being motivated by the people you're around, you're in the wrong environment. If you ain't learning something new, you're in the wrong environment. Put yourself in them type of environment. Go put yourself in the room with some hedge fund managers or some executives. You got to change that. It's that mind frame. You
Definitely.
think broke, you're gonna be broke. You think comfortable, you're gonna be comfortable.
Yes, definitely. Is it making me any money? Well, you're thinking might be right. That question is it making me any money? That may make you stop doing the BS. That may make you stop doing the bad things, you know. Uh you don't want to be always doing things that aren't making you money. You want to be doing things that are and doing things in the proper position. So let's talk about making it in the proper position. Cornell, being a trader, you always talk about the number one thing is the time that you have with your family. And you know that was one of the interesting things that we talked about today on the call was I was just like, wow, when he like you say, if you just put in an hour every day, you think about that, that's an hour not wasted. So how can you say is it making me any money when you haven't put in any time into it? Because people usually get paid for their time on the
Yeah,
front
you
end
put yourself in position.
or the
Hey,
back
you
end.
create the money, you get paid. You put the time in, Christian, you usually get paid. Now, if you just go online, I heard Christian mention such and such, just throw some money at it. That ain't how it works. That ain't how we operate. What we said, we create the system.
Or recreate this system as is all it is. You know,
Or we
you
can
just
recreate it.
duplicate.
But
I
we're
shouldn't
gonna
say
have a,
recreate. We duplicate it. We duplicate.
we're gonna have an understanding
Right.
of how it works though.
Right.
That's from education.
Yeah. Just duplicate it. The
Not
pattern of the system.
go buy GameStop.
Right.
We don't do the fads and trends.
Cornel, it's Monday in the United States at this is uh March 22nd, 2021. We're basically asking you, you know, where do you see the marketplace? Where do you see the trading the landscape? Where you know trading was a trend last year. People got wiped out. The millennials got wiped out of their savings real quick until they saved some more money up, so they can go back in on Robinhood again. But you know, what do you see in the marketplace right now? What is your outlook for the maybe you know because we're going to come up on GDP here on April 1st for the first quarter, so we'll know what GDP is. What is your outlook for GDP for the rest of the year? What is your outlook for the market? Like you said, you called it last year. Well, let's hear you call it now.
It's gonna take a hit because it's a lot of stuff on pause. Like people got to keep on what's going on. There's a lot of companies in bankruptcy right now you don't know about. It's a lot of people that not paying their bills that you said getting the stimulus money and having a good old time. That's got to hit the market. So when we wake up and we excited the market at all time highs and everything else, but I ain't quite easily fooled yet because guess what? We still got a lot to deal with on the back end that the government is pretty much putting on hold because they try to keep the money flowing. Which you can't blame them, Chris. You know they got to keep you got to keep the money flowing. Can't blame them for that. but we still got stuff to deal with. Now, as far as us, we put ourselves in a position to take advantage of what's about to hit the market. It's gonna be a lot of deals. So if you ain't been saving, you're gonna be in trouble. So well, guess what? We in position, we can take advantage. We can create more money, put in the system to keep on producing over and over again. So me, I see it taking a hit because you may get out this year, but eventually it's gonna got to be dealt with, Chris. I know they extended to August, September. They may be kind hearted enough to extend it to the end of the year, but they can't keep extending it. That's why they got to get the vaccine out as quick as possible. Now that's why they give it to people for free and everything else. They trying to get back to normal. They know they're losing money. The government just can't keep printing money up. You can't. It just don't work like that.
They're defying the odds, and that's why we did the episode, The Vault, the death's not real anyways. The death's not real anyways
That's
because
not real.
yeah, the death's not real anyways because think about it, the government's running up trillions of dollars and they're
You
trying to
right.
get rid of student loan debt, and so hey, if people are trying to say money's not real, Cornell, they can just pull it out of thin air. We can You got to water a tree and it's gonna grow on it. And so, is it making me any money? That's what they really want to know, though. Am I gonna take action on this thing and make some money? Let's talk about those people, Cornell,
Guess
that
what? Matter of fact, you can answer your own question with that. You should never be asking nobody does it make you any money when you're in control of creating the system. So if that's the question you asking another person, then you ain't even in the right system.
right.
Because you're gonna go create your own system, Chris. You should have to call me and say, hey, it's gonna make my money any money. You should have went and learned the system.
But what
So you would
happens when
know
you're trying to get
exactly
the
what.
private system? People can't get the private unless they invest in the private. You can't just get the
Guess
private
what?
from looking at the private.
Everything ain't free. That's why it's private. You want 1% information, you gotta pay for 1% information. You shouldn't complain about it. Somebody was generous to give you the information. This is what they say. 1%. Why wouldn't you pay for trustee training, Chris, and you get 1% information? Why would you pay for trade when you get 1% information?
Because everybody else on the internet, they was the fugazis. I
And
really
that's why we
didn't.
not on. And guess what? You just said the keyword. They on the internet. Guess what? We didn't say these trustee trader ain't on the internet.
Right.
The trade strategy I use is definitely not on the internet. People come up with all kind of excuses, but ain't no way around creating the system. But if you ask them questions now, you asking the wrong question.
Oh, so this isn't a rich question. This is a poor question.
If you want to put it that way, yes. That's poor mentality. Guess what? Just like I told you, like when we had the little run in the group the other day, like I said, it was a learning lesson for everybody. But gotta go in and get to the point. 'Cause like I said, we're not playing games here, so I ain't gonna play games with you. But when you get in the environment, respect the environment. Meaning, you understand something, you got to think a different way. Nobody cares. And here's the thing you got to understand, even with our mentor. Nobody cares if Christian does it or not. But I'm willing to help him if he trying to go actually create for real and do something for his family. But if Chris is asking me about money or worry about his money, most rich people ain't gonna deal with you. That's just the real answer.
It's interesting. I think shout out to West Palm Beach. Appreciate West Palm Beach for tuning in live, listening to replay. Shout out to West Palm Beach. Uh, A lot of people, Cornell, they want to get to the money right away, and
Well,
they
get
never
to
had
it.
it before. They never had it before.
You still guess what? If you ain't got no system, you're gonna lose it all. We didn't always have it. We don't come from money. And just because y'all hear us talking on here, don't mean that we came from money. Oh, Cornell came a long way from money. You know, I get
People
hit
think
with the
leaders are
line.
born instead of made, Cornell. They don't think that you had to work on your skills and your craft.
You definitely got to work on that.
People don't know, they don't hear entrepreneurs say, oh, yeah, I'm investing in my education. They don't hear traditional entrepreneurs saying that. They don't hear traditional entrepreneurs saying, oh, yeah, um, I made these mistakes. Even when Ross talked about his L early today, like he didn't laugh, but he kind of laughed. But he was laughing at himself that he was like, "Damn, I'm lucky I still had a job," because he said he lost millions of dollars. So it was like, "Wow, okay, and you still had a job. That's good." They don't hear entrepreneurs talk about the money system, Cornell, and the investment in their private education. They don't hear the investment in their education. You think about even the people we know, the guys that we know that are in Houston. You know what I mean? Like, would you say that they're investing in their private education?
No, they
And
not.
and for that reason, it's always gonna cost you. You'd rather be investing and be getting around the right people than have to pay the right people at the wrong time. Because if you don't have those relationships, it's gonna cost you, and it
It's
might
going
cost.
to
It might cost you more than what you wanted to cost you because
cost you.
you don't have the right relationships. You have some relationship, but you don't have the right relationships. You got to have those relationships. That comes investing in education because you're investing in your environment, which is getting around environments where you got people that can work with you, people that you can work with them, things of that nature. That's what it's all about. It's finding an environment to be able to put your money. Where do you park your money? Who can you trust with the money after you get it? Oh, is it making me money? Excuse me, but who's helping you manage it? Who's helping you manage it? Who's helping you shelter it, park it? Do you have a team? Cornell, do you have a team?
Of course, you got to have a team.
Well, Cornell, you telling me I gotta have these people on staff, and I don't know these people right now. Who do I need to have on staff, Cornell? I know I need an accountant. You may talk about a lawyer, but how do I get a lawyer like you know your lawyer? That's through a family connection. See what I mean? It's like some things you can't script. Some things are divine intervention. Some things are outside of our control. Cornell, it's 2021, man. We're in March right now, and people are asking what can they do to 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 make a comeback year. This is supposed to be their comeback year, like Rocky. This is supposed to be their comeback year. Last year they sat down, they were set back on their goals, they were set back on their dreams. They didn't plow through it. They treaded water. Maybe some people treaded water. They were the ugly duckling
You still want
and
to get to
treaded
the
water.
point of your life where nobody control your dreams but you, because we didn't went through the pandemic and we done made money out of the pandemic, lots of money. So you can't just keep following people all the time. That's what a lot of people doing right now. They just follow anything they see online. Right? Can't do that. Go broke like that
Yeah,
without
that's a
real
tough one.
education.
Yep.
Yeah, without real education, you ain't gonna create no system.
Right.
Like the young guy I told you, I talked to him about the trade. Like, he heard me, but he didn't listen. So guess what? You guess you're gonna try your role at network marketing.
Right. He
Network
didn't want to
marketing
put in
ain't
the
for him.
work. He didn't
Yeah,
want to put
he
in the
didn't want to put
work.
the work in.
He didn't.
So guess what? He can go post some videos,
Oh, these guys nowadays.
and they
Oh
trying
my
to hit
gosh.
ranks. But like when people call me about the trade, like that's what they doing. You get with groups. Oh, they showing you a little quick muscle. Oh, Christian all in, but nobody really educate you on nothing for real.
Right. Cornell, but tell me I don't have to put the work in, man. Please tell me I don't have to put the work in.
I ain't gonna tell you that because I always have to put the work in.
All right then. But why is the but why is
That's
the
what they
process?
want to. Yeah,
That's what they want to tell you, right? They want to tell you the work
yeah,
is the easy work. Just run your mouth and tell lies. Right. Instead of getting in here and learning some skills. See, we talk about skills that pay bills. See, trading is a skill. You could work for a bank. There's more money than it is traders. Why you
yeah.
think they don't have that many traders out there that are successful? Because people don't want to follow a defined system. They don't want to follow a defined asset selection process, Cornell. They want to just go off the trends. They want to go off the fact. They want you to give me a pick six. Hey Cornell, can you give me a pick six? Come on, Cornell, let's go look at that trade together real quick. Tell me what your opinion is first, though. Tell me what your opinion is, Cornell. I need to know what you think of that. Hold on, that's what you think? Okay, Cornell was right the last 3 or 4 times. I think I'm gonna play this one though. I'm gonna put in just enough money that I don't lose enough. I ain't gonna tell Cornell if I hit, and I ain't gonna tell
Yep.
him if I lose neither. Hold on, Cornell. Hold on. You allowed me to talk to you. Now let me tell you what we know about Cornell at the vault. Since y'all are sadly mistaken, this is a man that's taught a hedge fund. Are you in his class? Hold on. This is a man that taught a hedge fund. The guy sold the hedge fund recently. Still has a relationship with Cornell. Cornell, they flew him out on a private jet. When we met Cornell, first day we met Cornell, he was talking smack. Yeah, trading. From trading, you could make about $2,000 a day, $3,000, $5,000. I'm like, man, is he telling lies or is he just blowing smoke? So I'm like, okay, 2,000 sound realistic. And this is a brother with an accent. I'm like, I'm more amazed. Like I know people would be amazed, but it didn't matter. Cornell's a really easygoing looking dude, so it's like, all right, maybe he telling the truth. He don't look like he hyping this up. Cause some people they try to look like they making money, but they not. They trying to look like they hyping the money, but they not. Cornell was very casual, and it wasn't even about the money. What got me was when you was like, I'm flying out. I ain't staying for the second day. I'm like, dude, hold on. This is powerful stuff. You said this is good stuff, right? This is good stuff. But I ain't hear what I needed to hear yet. I'm about to leave. I'm like, he said, and I said, you leaving? He said, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Next day, I think we reached out. He like, man, I'm gone. I'm like, oh, this man is gone. He didn't even stay to this is the multi-million-dollar event. He didn't even stay. You got some money. If you ain't staying for a multi-million-dollar event, you must got some money, man. Like, that's just how it is. You got enough to walk away from a deal. I'm like, man, this is the deal of my life right here. Is it making me any money yet? Cornell was went in there for the wrong type of money. Cornell was going in there for the trust money. They was talking about the foundation money. He said, I ain't come here for this. Until we knew about the foundation money, and he looking at that now too. Because
That's it.
sometimes it is an educational process.
It's an education. I wasn't at that time. Guess what? Foundation hadn't been brought up to me yet. But you see, I double right back. I ain't too cocky to go right back and get the information I need. So guess what? I do have that set up this day. That's what we're
Right.
supposed to do. Educated. Guess what? You can't be. Some of us get in good. Well, say we're in good position because you run a little business, you're making some money, but you don't want to listen to nobody no more. That ain't how it works. I still got mentors to this day.
Hmm. People find that hard to believe, Cornell, because people don't feel like they have quality mentors, Cornell. They don't feel like these guys are helping them make the money. They feel like all they trying to do is take their money, Cornell. Is it going to take my money or make my money? Is Trusty Training going to take my money or make me money? Is the trading webinar going to take my money or is it going to make me some money? That's what I need. I need to be making some money. Now, is it making me some money? Is it making me any money, Cornell? Is the trading webinar gonna make me some money? Cause like, come on, man, you asking for $500? It's like, dude, man, look, that's more than cable.
500.
That's more than cable. That's more than new shoes on my car's feet.
Listen, you go pay the so called guru online 20, 30,000 to sit in the room for the weekend, and he ain't gonna call you when you leave. Wanna know why? Because they go get their money. They go get their money, Chris. Wanna know why they go get their money? Because they don't think you're gonna learn it in the first place. Now you sit there here in a class with me, and you just said I can literally teach a class on the weekend. You got all the knowledge you need in a weekend. All you gotta do is watch that video repeatedly, study the PowerPoint, and you might look up and be making money 2, 3 months down the line.
But that's blood, sweat, and tears right there. It's not a, we've
Yeah, that's
seen.
that's that's if you hitting it for real.
Yeah, I think that's definitely you hitting it for real, and that means that you're truly looking to make that lifestyle change. Not everybody's looking to make the lifestyle change. They're comfortable. That's why everybody doesn't do it.
Everybody's looking, but who is serious? Everybody gonna tell you if you're in a bad position, you're looking for the lifestyle change. Well, how serious are you about changing though? Like I'm different when it comes to family and everything than most people. You can't sit here and talk to me, oh man, I want to do this for the family, yada yada. Then you over here procrastinate. That means you procrastinate with your family. I don't procrastinate with my family. I said I'm gonna do so, I'm gonna do it. I'm
Cornell,
gonna
but it's
go
hard,
200
man. It's hard.
percent.
I ain't got nobody
But how?
around me.
But
I ain't
how?
got
But
nobody around me that know how to
listen,
do this
listen,
though.
listen to what
Ain't nobody with me. It's all me. I'm in
listen to what you're
Alabama.
saying though.
I'm in Alabama
But
by myself.
you gonna get the education. I mean, take some money and go do something with it. But at the same time, if you really want to do something for your family, ain't no excuse. It's what? Cornell from country Alabama and train and teaching hedge funds. And if they've been telling them, thank you, Chris, where would I be at? Still in country Alabama.
Is it possible though to really get out? Can all of us make it out?
If you take it serious, you can get out of anywhere.
Right.
Then the facts. If you take it serious, you can get out of anything. Bottom line.
And that's how you know it's gonna make you some money when you take it
That's how you
serious.
know it's gonna make you some money when you take it serious. Other than that, you just blowing smoke.
Right. And nowadays, as the young kids say, everybody wants to smoke. But we already know where there's smoke, there's fire. And we don't
That's
want to be near
fire.
a burning bush. We're trying to make sure our trees is plush, not be near burning bushes, loudmouths, people that are giving away our position with a damn signal, a smoke signal, as they call it. So when you're in trust, of course you're going to be making money. You're just doing it privately. We're not poor. Even though we don't make any money personally, you still got to you still got to grow a family estate. That's what's happening. Is it making me any money? Oh, Trust Christian, I don't know about the foundation, man. That's the phase where you do what? What's the phase called? It's called making money, giving money away. Clients make more money giving it away than they do just separating the business wealth from their family wealth. Well, what do I need? Do I need it all? It's a system. But do I need to make money giving it away, Cornell? Now, whoever told me that in my life? Maybe you blowing smoke now, Cornell. When everybody goes to a college, and when they go to a college, they got an endowment. When you go to, and then people, look, people that went to colleges ask Trust Christian in the Vault, oh, Trust Christian in the Vault, what's an endowment? You went to a college. Your whole college is based off an endowment.
Off an endowment.
The hospitals in your local area are based off endowments. Your local libraries are based off an endowment. But you're asking what an endowment is. You're asking how you make money giving it away. You don't know who T. Boone Pickens is?
T-Bone.
You don't know who Ross Perot is?
I forgot about old Ross.
You don't know who the Bushes are? You don't know who Robert Smith is? Giving away $30 million at one time to the Morehouse students so he can get rid of their college student loans at one time. $30 million. Here's an endowment. Now, the average person, remember, trustees in the vault, you're not average. The average person that has a public education, they going to say, oh, he just gave the money away. He's such a nice guy because they got a public education. But the trustees learn there's a proper way to do it, making money, giving it away. Oh, the lady that just divorced Jeff Bezos. Oh, she just gave the money away, Cornell. She gave that money away to those HBCUs, those historically black colleges. She just gave the money away. She was a billionaire and she's not in trust. Yeah, right. Jeff left it in the right position. She gave it in the right position, and now she has a legacy that she gave millions of dollars away to HBCUs. Hold on. Did she set the trend though? See, another culture is setting the trend for the HBCUs instead of the culture setting the trend for the HBCUs. See, Robert Smith is African, this indigenous descent. He is a HBCU, and he didn't even go to a HBCU, and he's still giving money to a HBCU. But where are the rest of the HBCU alums, supposedly, that are giving millions to get rid of debt and doing it in the form of an endowment? You think Robert Smith, he worked for Goldman Sachs? He did mergers and acquisitions. He doesn't know about an endowment? Are you kidding? Oh, I know about a trust Christian, but I'm trying to figure out how it's going to make me some money. You want to keep going on with that episode, Cornell? We good? They go look. Look. They know they got to study. They know they got to be serious. The trading webinar is what they need to get on. That's one. The workshop's coming up on May 1st. Trust Christian Cornell DeVault. We got an enrolled agent going to be in the room. We got a financial planner going to be in the room. We always got private asset managers in the room. This is what we're going to do. It's May 1st. You can reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, the email is Christian at trustchristian.com. The website's under construction. Christian at trustchristian.com is the email for now. Cornell, they're going to be reaching out, going to the webinar. We got a ton of people that's listening. They already went to a webinar before. Cornell, you've been financially free for a long time now, man. You got time with your family. You got time with your kids. You sound like your lifestyle's better than a rapper. You're not wearing any gold chains and rollies and stuff like that. You know, the iced out the bust downs. Even though you're in the land of the bust down, you know, But the time is obviously more important to you than it almost sounds like the money sometimes. You there? You mute?
Mhm.
What you say? Yeah, you were muted.
I mean, y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
It's
have it.
it sounds like the time is more important than the money sometimes for you.
It is. It ain't about the money. The thing about when you're in the right system, you ain't worry about money.
And that's why it's interesting that you would always say we never talked about the money in the
When they
trading
chase
webinar
money. Yeah.
because, like you say, it's not about that. It's about learning the system. And that's so critical. And it's so interesting because so many people listen to the vault. Someone said earlier, they said, Cornell and Trust Christian, you be talking that business stuff, man. Cornell, why do you talk that business stuff instead of talking that other stuff? Why not be the salesman of the year and sell your system instead of just talking about the system? Why you not selling it? Like everyone else on
I
the
ain't trying
internet.
to sell you anything. I'm trying to hit. You say you're trying to help your family create their wealth. That's what I'm about. That's what I introduce to people. I put people in positions they probably wouldn't even never thought about. I get phone calls now, like people working on their job 20, 25 years. Like, man, you just help me make whatever I made. I've been saving 20 years. You can help me get that in just a year and a half. What you got going on? They pay attention. Not leave from one investment to another investment. Guess what? You know how they create millionaires? Multiple streams of income. So we're not worried about money, Christian. We're more worried about creating the system so the money keeps flowing in
Eh,
so we can continue to grow to the next generation.
It's so critical because I think even when you said that just now, it's like you gotta know. Look, if you get the first part of what he said, but you stick to the process, if one of them fails, you got two and three and four and five and six more. So if you in the hunt right now and you like, man, Cornell, I'm trying to get to where I even got one business off the ground. Just know you got nine or you got five plus more businesses to go in your entrepreneur journey. You're gonna either buy businesses or you're gonna have to start and manage other businesses. So just be aware that when we talk about is it making me any money, you have to develop, like you say, a system that has multiple streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. And so all of them might not work at one time. Some of them may change from time to time. Some of them may slow down. Some of them may speed up. This is a portfolio of businesses. That's why the trading is so easy to talk about when you even talk about managing businesses. And Ross talked about that earlier today. He said after you get used to looking at the numbers or just a company from the stocks, you already know, okay, well, this is the type of things I need to be doing in my company or other ventures that I'm
Exactly.
doing and other ventures that I'm doing. So you're building that I money, that investor money, to go right back in and do maybe a nail salon, to maybe do a hair distribution business, to maybe go start up a different way of doing movie theaters, to go maybe start up a different way of shopping and things of that nature. Whatever the vision business is or a system in general. Like we talk about real estate. Now you go take the money and you put it in the proper way to do real estate. Everybody don't do real estate the proper way. People lose money in real estate too. How you gonna think? Oh, man, if I just get in real estate, because all the millionaires they in real estate, Cornell. You gotta have that one business in your portfolio, Cornell. But yeah, not everybody wins at it either. Oh, I need to get real estate in my portfolio. Everybody wants to run out and get real estate. Oh, I need to own real estate. I need to get a team. I need to be fixing and flipping. I need to be buying and holding. I need to be buying and holding the rental property and then rent it out. And now I got insurance. And now I got a bill. I thought the rental person was supposed to pay me. It seems like it's a bill every month for the property now. Because you don't know how to manage the property properly. To where it's not digging into your profits. To where you're not mad about that. To where you're not disgruntled about that. As a business real estate investor. So that's what we talk to you about. It's about taking the time to do the research on the investments that you're doing. There's investments in real estate. You never got to own a piece of real estate, but you're still getting real estate investment money. But how many people is teaching that? Everybody say you got to own it. Oh, you got to own it. You got to own this to make some money. But how many people talk about controlling? When people say, oh, you got to buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. All you got to do is buy the Bitcoin. It's a dip, buy the Bitcoin. It's the dip, you got to buy the Bitcoin. But then when Cornell say, nah, we just talking about trading it. You could buy it and you could sell it. You could make money when it's going up and make money when it's going down. Cornell tell you, look, some moves are just that predictable. Some moves are just that obvious. Why? It's called the double tap. You can go research anybody. You can listen to Bloomberg and see they talk about a double tap. Well, a double tap means that it's been there once or twice. It might be doing the same thing. Well, what did it do last time? It might do that again. Well, we on a triple tap now. It might do it again. What did Cornell tell you? You got to get the video and watch it repetitiously. That means it's repeating itself. Oh wow, hold on, Cornell. You trying to tell me that making money is doing the same thing over and over? Because I'm doing the same thing over and over at my job, but the result's not different. Or it is different and it's not in my favor. People say, Cornell, why you do these episodes with Trust Christian in the Vault? Why you doing these episodes, Cornell? If you don't need to make the money, you ain't network marketing, you ain't recruiting, right? You don't need the money, so why you doing it? You muted out. Oh, he might be babysitting now. Now, yeah.
Nah,
Why you do what is the point of doing the episode, Cornell? Why do you think your mentor taught you? Why do you think mentorship is so important along this process? Why do you think it's
Mentorship,
important to not have people around you as
mentorship
your
got me
flunky?
over the exactly. Mentorship got me over the hump, and we tell you, we ain't just always had money. So I'm gonna give you the story I tell everybody when they get into mentorship. My first mentor told me to stop talking to him if I wasn't gonna do nothing. I'm at work talking every day about what I want to do. This is the problem. A lot of us got. Y'all hear me? You got things you want to do, but you just talk. What he told me to do? Don't talk to me no more till you go do it. When you go do it, I'll help you as much as I can. But until then, we ain't even talk about it no more. So I could have went the wrong way with that, Christian, and I probably would have still been at the phone company working. But I took it. The next thing you know, 4 months later, I was about it.
4 months later.
But
Now I always point out
people
the
don't hear
short
me.
time period.
4 months later, I was about it. They didn't think they weren't even on my plan. But
What was your
when
plan? What was your plan?
just to start the business and build it up, whatever, guess what? It built up. But guess what? It came from like we said, the work that was put in.
Here's
Put the work
exactly.
in. It's
No,
like
I'm glad you brought that question up. Here's a good question for you. The work that you put in, um, did you work harder for yourself than you did for the job, even though you work 8 hours at your
yeah,
job?
most
So
definitely,
you worked harder
most
for your
definitely.
business than you did for your job? Because that's a
Man,
misnomer
it's my
nowadays.
business. I'm working harder for the business, my own business. I don't even mind working nowadays because it's for my own business. 'Cause usually when I set my stuff up, it ain't like I'm working hard. Every man, y'all can put the best, y'all can put the best of the best people around you in front of me, and I promise you, they not doing what I'm doing. I said, literally, I haven't even called his name. I had a celebrity talk to me for 8 hours. The child looked up to just because of the knowledge I know about something, Chris. That's better than me sitting online like, yeah, no. I feel I can be there. That's what the billionaire told me. You gotta feel you gonna be there.
He said you gotta
So when
feel
you
it. You
talking
gotta
it,
feel.
you got to feel that. So when you talking to a millionaire, you talk like a millionaire supposed to talk. You respond back accordingly. You don't respond back like you want something. Chris supposed to respond back like he was already there. But guess what? If you got a strong mentality like that, you should wake up like that every day. Then you get stuff done. Then you create these systems we talk about. Ain't no excuses. I started out with a cleaning company. So imagine this. Like everybody was trying to give an excuse. Cause y'all did. No, we didn't have it. Guess what? I had 100. I was making 130, $140,000 at the phone company working outside. I was working a bunch of hours, Christian, but I was making it. Then I took the simplest task, something that most people wouldn't even do. Go clean up. They say, 4 months later, we get our first $20,000 a month account on top of the other stuff we already had.
Now here's the
But
scary moment: is when you knew that when the 4 months came, did you have to have anybody tell you to leave your job after you finally crossed the threshold of weakness, where you crossed the threshold of being a dependent
and guess
and
what?
you made your own money?
Being in good environment, I'm gonna show the difference. This how I was. There's a lot of time in our culture we get stuck on the black power stuff for a minute. So Kodak had the option. Let's go work downtown with the all black crew. I knew all of them, cool with all of them. Or Kodak gonna go over town, bunch of older white guys. I think there's one black guy over there. First of all, Kodak don't come from money. So no, I don't want to go down there. Hey, I don't follow crowd. Them guys were making good money. They was partying. They were doing whatever they wanted, Chris. But I want to try to work in the hood all day. Growing up around them, I don't want to work in them all day. I already know what come with it. But they enjoying themselves. Guess what? A lot of them guys ain't wind up going to do nothing else. Some of them got laid off. Some of them still there. But I don't have time when it was a no brainer for me when A company like the phone company is making 3 to 4 billion cash, Christian, every quarter for somebody to get laid off in 3 months. And this is what I said. For
Mm-hmm.
the last 2, 3 years before I left, they was literally making 3 to 5 billion cash every quarter. Profits. So if 5 went to 4, guess what? More people got laid off. 4 dropped to 3, more people got laid off. Guess what? It go down to 3, go back up to 4, people still got laid off. I'm like, but they let me quickly learn like this ain't your company. You can't even be mad. It ain't your company. So I got to get up out of there. So who wants to go to work, worry about just like with the pandemic? You got to worry about somebody else's company. Hey, we're gonna go back to work. I'm already hitting a lot of these companies. I know a lot of these CEOs, man, they not going back to how they were before. Man, COVID pretty much made it worse. And if you ain't an entrepreneur, it's gonna be bad. Cause guess what, Christian? You got a big time of trainers I know in Miami had a whole staff was telling me the payroll was 2 million every year. Now they could eliminate that with a few people at the house working for the house because now we can do court online. What you think he gonna do? It's his business. He gotta make money for his family.
Well, that's why I think you're gonna still see a good tech movie. I think they're gonna use still technology. So I think tech, they
They're
kind
gonna
of
use a lot of tech.
they're gonna use
Tech gonna
tech.
be big, but everybody ain't in tech.
No, they're not. No, I'm talking about the entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs are gonna move into tech. They're gonna use more technology to keep
Yes,
those
they
jobs
using
away.
it already. I
Yeah,
already
yeah,
see it.
yeah. They're gonna use more of the technology, and so
Like my buddy, he invented a courthouse. Like y'all, a lot of y'all finna be going to court from your house. If it's a small misdemeanor type charge, they already said they're not even going back to full days at the courthouse during the week, Christian.
hmm,
Now it's good money for him because guess what? He an entrepreneur. He created something. I think about the people that's working out there 5 days a week, sometimes 6. Oh, the courthouse only open 3 days out the week. The other two gonna be online. Who just lost?
yo,
The
that's
people that
so
was sitting
crazy to
around and
think
working.
that what you just said it could be so true. Like, what if the government just be like, we can't look, we already top heavy, we over leveraged with debt,
No,
so we just
ain't no
gonna get
we.
rid of
Listen
a
to what I
debt.
said. They are already calling him for this system, and most of them is gonna have court 3 times a week
Right.
and probably 2 days online.
That's
Meaning
crazy.
whoever had them jobs is gonna get cut on now.
Right. You went from 40 hours to truly a 35-hour a week job because you was getting a little bit of overtime with 40 hours, but they got you under
You
20.
went there, some
They
people
almost,
laid off.
yeah, they got laid off for
These
sure. No,
people
no,
they
no,
got
no, you're right.
full half the staff. We just save money. We just save the government money.
Yes,
The
yes,
online system gonna work itself.
yes, yes.
So
It's a wrap,
I'm
man.
like, wow, he's just for real. I said, for real? He's like, yes. A lot of them calling me because it's a feature he put on there that all of them want. That's gonna cut their work down. But
That's
at the
crazy.
same time, it's gonna cut down half their staff at the court.
Y'all hear
That's
what's
the
going
type
on,
of
ladies and gentlemen.
that's the type of moves that's going on out here. If you
Yeah,
ain't creating, you can't be mad at my buddy because he created something.
but he sold it to the government.
So to the government,
uh, he
entrepreneurs,
one of the more preferred.
entrepreneurs are
He's a
winning. Man,
preferred contractor with the
listen, Chris,
government, and as a brother.
entrepreneurs are winning right now.
Yeah.
Ain't no way they winning. I'm winning. You winning. I can't put it. You got to get in there. But guess what? We can get on here and talk, but y'all ain't really heard the real conversation when we get in the private environment.
Right.
Then you start finding out about the different type of investments that you ain't gonna never hear online. The systems that you ain't gonna never see online,
Man, it
Chris.
just sound like you talking
That's
and
why you got to
blowing
put
smoke,
yourself
Cornell. It sound
now.
like you talking and blowing smoke, man. Everybody online's talking about how much money
I
they
put
can
it
make.
like this: nobody around me gonna tell you that Cornell blowing smoke.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a
The
fact.
rest can go by itself. Go look at my timeline on Facebook. I don't post a lot, but when I do post, you might be want to tune in. And guess what? Like I said, that's what happened with them stocks. I gave that away for free.
You ain't give no picks this time, though, did you? Is it making any money? They
Now,
listen this long. Is it gonna make them some money?
guess what? If it's the only you came on here, you definitely won't get a pick from me because we don't depend on other people to make money. You gonna learn that in the trade class.
Right.
Once I show you what I need, guess what? Christian, they ain't got to depend on me. You ain't got to pay me. You gonna pay me for the class, but once you get it, you just create a system. And don't forget, I teach kids this. So guess what? You just learn the system to teach your kids. That's called create generational wealth.
Right.
It's like I can sit my kids down if it came down, push the show. They ain't got to work for nobody. And yes, I pay to get in these environments. When I first met Chris, guess what? We both paid to sit in them environments.
Yeah.
How many of y'all would have did it? And guess what? We paid to sit in there, what, about close to $400
Yeah, it's about
to
that.
sit in the room?
Yeah. Yeah. It was packed too, man. That room was
And it was
packed.
packed.
It was packed. That room was out the door that first time
But I
we
just
met.
said that question. How are you thinking? Guess what? You know how we was thinking? When we said it was packed full of millionaires.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, they were all top flight.
Millionaires.
They were top flight. They were top. They were there. They were top executives. There was some people in that room.
It was some people in that room, but how many of y'all would have did that? Oh, Cornell, I ain't got it. Don't tell me you ain't got it when I look down at your feet. You got on $300 pair of shoes.
They got the red. They got the bloody bottoms on
Don't
nowadays.
tell me you ain't got it, Chris, when you pull up and you driving a new BMW.
The gas is expensive. That's why they ain't got it. The insurance and the fixing it and all of that. That's where the money going.
It's gonna be always something come up, so that's an excuse you're never gonna make.
There you go. And that's why we do these episodes because we know there's a few of you all that just need to hear that line. Maybe you never had nobody talk to you like that and tell you if you come up with excuses, you're not gonna do it. But if you are making prayers and you're taking action, you actually got a strong chance it's gonna happen.
Strong chance.
If you
If you're
put
in the
yourself in
right
the right
environment,
environment, you got a
that's it.
strong chance. It this is a fact. So if you say, "Oh, I want to go private," but you're not investing in the private environment or the private education, you see, Cornell, we say, "Look, we open it up to people that are non-trustees as well." You don't even have to be in the
Yeah.
trustee training right away. You don't even have to do the
You gotta
webinar right
get
away.
started
You got
somewhere.
to get started somewhere. So we opened it up like our mentors did. We didn't because the mentors they opened it up to people that weren't
This ain't what we
trustees right
said. Now
away.
we just paid to get in the room,
Right.
but it's another investment on the other side of it. But at least we went to see what was going on, so we can get a understanding, so we can come back and create that system.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. I'm not that risk adverse. I think I'm very open to risk. Like me and you, I think are like willing to lose it all and always go back to whatever. I think me and you have like a really high risk tolerance towards things, which is I don't know how bad yours is, but mine could get me in a lot of trouble. Like if I needed to take a risk, I'll do it.
I'm the same way. I can lose 100,000. Guess what? In my mind, ain't no in my mind. I know I can go make some more money. If you ain't got that mentality, then you ain't even thinking right.
And
So
granted,
entrepreneurship might not be for you because guess what? In entrepreneurship, Christian ain't got time to think whether he gonna be right or wrong. He got to go and make the decision after he did his research. So guess what? If I'm gonna put my money into something, I definitely ain't trying to lose my money. So I'm going 100% in whatever I'm doing. That's a fact.
even what you said though, you willing to lose 100. Your risk tolerance has grown too. Like maybe it wasn't 100 right off the rip.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it was 5,000. Maybe it was 10,000. Maybe it
And
grew to
as you
20,000.
go, guess what? It's
Yeah.
gonna go higher. Because guess what? We doing multiple investments all the time. Multiple. So that means your money increasing. We get to the point like that. I'm showing folks you just gotta get in the environment. We making money without using our money. Like it's supposed to be done.
Right. That's a
But
fact.
then we got solid investments with high yield and returns that just stack it up.
It was so interesting that we called out the hedge fund and then, the connection and relationship that we have established right now. And this is not even, this is a part of a hedge fund. Like me and Cornell know what a hedge fund is, what's inside of a hedge fund. So when we even talk about having when we talk about
And
the
that's what's
storefront,
about creating, getting the same in the correct space. So like I said, we taking the class. We know the inside of the hedge fund. But when we get to talk about it, all of a sudden, hey, God put these people right here. I ain't going another. You know what? This go right along what we doing.
mm-hmm,
So when we start building our own head, what we learning, plus two or three more things on top of that now, we well secure. Guess what? We on our way to Robert Smith type status. Cause being in them environment, oh, you meet this guy. Doing good business also. You definitely gotta do good business
yeah.
when you're in a private environment.
But money begets money, and that's the huge part. It's like,
That's
what
it.
y'all gonna say? Oh, well, y'all getting little money right now. Yeah, we get money though. Y'all getting little money. You only getting $100,000. You only getting like 200. You only getting half a million, Cornell. You ain't really making like $100 million yet. You ain't making $1 billion yet. Oh, okay. That's how the fund starts out, right? You gotta raise the funds, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you do in the capital and the hedge fund. You raise funds. It's capital raising season. That's what we're doing. We've been doing that our whole life. We've been capital raising. Now it gets to a point where you get better at it. Your skills get sharpened. You sharpen your tools so you can do better work. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. What people thought this was something, oh, y'all doing something fancy over there. You doing something fancy, Cornell. You always got to come up with something fancy. Y'all doing something fancy. You doing something everybody can't do.
Now everybody can do it. I
Right.
done took guess what? I took my working class auntie to what I said. She started trading with 400 and she made six figures in less than 5 months. So what excuse we gonna say? I done took you met the guy, a guy that used to work me at the phone company, make two, $3,000 a day, trade, regular guy.
It's so funny because when you say it, it's like, ain't no way somebody just randomly making two,
I
$3,000.
just took a
But
younger
Mike
guy
definitely that.
in Florida, the
Yeah.
school teacher, younger guy.
Yeah.
Guess what? He don't come from money. He on his way to making good money every day. That's what we do. So guess what? When you do it the right way, it come back around wholehearted. So now you start mentorship. Now you start putting people in the private environment. Now they see how we move, and guess what? We got numerous people over here.
And you can do investments together. Do you
So
when you
now
talk
you can
about,
do investments
people
together.
talk about, oh, we trying to do investment, man. I'm trying to find somebody to do some business with, man, in the private sector. It's like, okay, you gotta get in the environment and then bring something to the table. And so we understand that sometimes people you know they really need, they want help with ideas. People don't come from money, like we say, so we understand the value and the importance of mentorship. So that's all that comes down to. So that's why we got the workshop coming up. Cornell has the webinar. You got to pick and choose your poisons if your money's is running low. But obviously, the workshop is going to probably be the best bet for you because you're going to get Cornell, you're going to get, Carrie, you're going to get Larissa. We got some people coming through for that event. So you're going to be able to benefit from that greatly. But at the same time, if you like, look, all I need to know is the money system. So then I'm gonna just figure it out from there. Well, cool. Cornell has a group after you go through the mentorship. There's a group afterwards that you all can get in and talk to other traders that are successful, that are making some money, and things of that nature. And so that's how you move into that picture with Cornell with the workshop. Cornell's doing a webinar. Uh, what is this? March 28th. So that's less than a week, ladies and gentlemen. It's March 28th. It's probably next Sunday, which is March 28th. Cornell's doing a workshop, a webinar online. Y'all can feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. We'll forward you over to Cornell. Y'all can get on that
And when y'all
webinar.
listen to the episode, I want you to keep a timeline. We doing some powerful stuff this year. By the time December hit, you want to hear Christian and Cornell talk about like what's going on. Like this mentorship I just started. It's gonna be a lot of folks in some huge positions, regular people, just like you guys that's listening, in less than a year, probably gonna have one of the best years they done had in their whole entire life.
They already secured that position just off of
Already
right now. They
secured,
already secured that position. There's no games. There's no way that so
and
there's
we
no one that can
still
say that they
going.
they, they can produce what's already contracted to be
Nah, I
produced.
don't think they can
Th-
produce what I just
That's a
produced.
fact. Unless they can bring that deal to the table, they should bring that deal to the table. If you're
It's a
listening and
lot
you're
of
a part of
groups
that
right
group,
here, but
but they're not.
I
No.
don't think they produce what I just produced for
Yeah, not too many people can produce that type of returns. Those are the returns that are like really like a lot of people. Those are super. You have to be in those environment. You have to be in a private environment to even get in those type of situations. Those are things you have to be in the private sector. Otherwise, they don't exist in the public. They're unreal. It's unrealistic to get those type of returns because people would say, "Well, if it's working for you, why ain't everybody going to do it?" And that's why people get cold feet and they don't end up doing it. It's because they're thinking like broke people, which is thinking about other people instead of thinking about their family and thinking about the person that actually recommended it. And is that person credible and trustworthy? Oh yeah, Cornell, you're trustworthy for me to give you $500, but I'm not willing to give you 15,000. I'm not willing to give you anything if you ain't gonna help me make no money. I don't give a damn how much you doing. If you can't help me make money with 5,000, 500, why would I give you 15,000? But if you can help me make money with 500, of course I can do 15,000. You help me make with 500. I need to put more money on it. That means everything I made with the five, I can just EG it out, earnings growth it out. But how many people are willing to do that? They willing to count the
how many
chips.
willing?
They
Guess what?
counting
We didn't even
chips.
start with a. Listen what he said. We didn't even start with a lot of money. Y'all didn't hear what he just said. I put people in a position. I lost a couple $1,000. Now some had some money to go ahead, but it don't matter. The one that wasn't in position with a little money, guess what? They came up with the couple to put them in position. What I mean to put them in position, an excellent position. So it's all about who want to create, who going to work.
And,
Guess
and,
what? We had a solution like that. We don't force nobody to do anything. I just got over my group about that. Look, this is real business. I'm telling you right now. You get in our environment, yeah, we relaxed in here, so we might go a little hard when we get in that private environment because guess what? We're doing real business. So if you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, of course we're gonna get a little bit. Guess what? I'm getting you to where you need to be at. Don't take it the wrong way, but just realize we're not over here playing. Now you got somebody that on the phone that you might see online, Christian, that oh, Cornell can pick the phone up and just call them and they show up. But it's thousands of people trying to get in contact with them. So you're not gonna respect their environment, then you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna be around. And that's how we move. Now you guess what? It is an opportunity for everybody. Now you got people that's about to invest together. We building a whole community. And now you look up a year from now, like you ain't working no more.
and it's so crazy because we told people that throughout the years, like, look, you're about 90 to 120 days away from quitting your job, but you got to work, man. You got to put that work in, and a lot of people, you just got to put that work in, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's the
It's
people putting the work in. They're like last year. Like we didn't talk about all the investment, but I literally made 8 people millionaires last year. People, are you just talking? Wait to this year.
right.
I'm
It's
already put them in position.
it's crazy
This
because
year gonna be
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's definitely that crazy.
And we ain't
And
even talking about trading, Kristen. We
wow.
just talking about
Uh,
we put you in the environment. We in private environment. We come across a lot of investors.
Yeah, we do. We have for many years now, but you obviously have to have the discernment, you have to have an internal,
You got to
investment
have it.
team, and you got to have an investment strategy. You got to have defined investment strategy, and so we do have those things in place, and that's what we talk about in the trustee training. That's what we talk about at the workshops. And Cornell talks about that even in the trading classes, having a defined investment strategy. When you're looking at these pairs or when you're looking at, a stock, think about it. Everybody knows Cornell. Oh, he was trading forex. forex. Oh, he's trading forex. He's trading forex. Now or he was trading oil. It's like, oh, he was trading this. A lot of people know him from the futures days. Oh, he was trading futures. Oh, damn. It sounds like Cornell keeps educating himself. It sounds like he keeps investing in himself. Oh, Cornell, how much did you drop recently on your education? Was it less than when you first started or more? Are you serious? Let's
Oh,
ask
we
that to.
dropping more. Yeah,
Exactly.
y'all hear about our workshop, but shit, yeah, them hedge fund boys ain't playing either. Guess what? We had to pay to play, but guess what? The investment on the other end when it's up, that investment was nothing.
Right. That was nothing.
It was for a good purpose. We invested in. It's never too much money when I'm investing in myself. It has got a legit reason behind it. That's how I look at it. Because guess what? We creators. We go out, we create some more money. If I need to do something, I go create some more money. Even my approach to real estate, guess what? It comes from going to pay somebody that actually gave a quality conference to get me back mindset on real estate, but it was the way he thought about real estate. But if I didn't pay that money, Christian, I would have never been able to add that to my portfolio. And I looked at real estate years ago. Probably wouldn't even take it serious. It made money with real estate back then, but it never was explained like this until I got in the right environment. Now you get in the right environment, it helps you create even more.
Courtney, I just want to talk about what gives a person a sense of urgency to get off of the rock right now, knowing that they may be around people that are really comfortable, knowing that the environment and that the air that they're smelling is very comfortable. They might be driving a Benz. Let's talk to the people that's driving that Benz, and then talk about the people that's trying to get a Benz, because there's quite a few people trying to get a Benz, but there are quite a few people that are actually driving Benz, and you was probably driving a Benz, making 100,000. So you could talk to those people too that was doing well and they comfortable. What gives a person a sense of urgency to do great when they're doing good?
But follow the people that really make money, that seriously really make money, and tell me what lifestyle they showing you online. What lifestyle Warren Buffett showing you online? What lifestyle Robert Smith showing you online? Bill Gates. We just call out the big names for him. What you
Elon.
don't see, Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he learn a little while. He learn show you something. But rest of them guys, normal guy. The billionaire I know has everything you probably want, but you'll never know it unless you really around. That's something I noticed. Guess what? When I was working, Christian, what I told you, I had to have everything first. New car off the showroom, all the latest clothes, jewelry. I did all that. Got around real money, didn't see none of that. Didn't see none of it. Till I got cool with them. Then you might go to the house and yeah, they might have a Lambo or a Rose or something in there. But that stuff ain't even important in there. What was important was they created their system. Now guess what? If Christian like Lambos, he can go get it, but we gotta go online and show you that I got this.
I
And that's
think
just how I get. People get caught up in the network marketing. All these guys showing you this, but half of them don't own nothing. Half of them expenses too high.
was
My expenses still is very low. Cornell
Cornell.
has no bills in
But
his house.
Cornell, they gonna flash on you. They got a new Corvette. They
Hey,
flashing
flash
on you.
out.
They
Guess what?
flashing on you. You ain't got a new
Flash
Corvette. They
all
got the
day.
2021. Look, they got 2022 and 2021. What you
Guess
talking
what?
about?
If you can't show me a house, ain't nothing to talk about. If you ain't took care of necessary needs before you did all that, ain't nothing to talk about. If you stand and you rent, and guess what? You spending like that, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You keep on doing what you're doing. Look at me in a couple of years. What I tell you, I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get that insurance that y'all don't know about. Where I can sit back and it was if I didn't want to do that, The compound interest on it so strong, we probably collect $1 million every year for the rest of our life. That's the type of stuff I'm on. So am I studying a new vet or anything? No. But it's ways to get that stuff after you done and laid the groundwork. The groundwork ain't just being successful. The groundwork is putting the system in to keep the money. That might wear on some people's head then. It ain't to be successful in the business, Chris. I see plenty of successful people in business go broke. Never created the system to keep the money going. You just rode the wave. Then all of a sudden your business go away. What happened after your business go away?
It's interesting because knowing Cornell for as long as we know you, it just sounds like so sage old wisdom. Hearing you speak about it, it's like hearing
I
myself.
done
But
been around it all. So that's what I just said. I have seen people grow successful business. And it was some of the calls I got last year because COVID knocked a lot of businesses down. Yeah, the ones that like them nice cars, the nice houses, and never went and created anything outside their business because they got so comfortable in their business. Listen to me talk. I know how to trade, Christian. I can be a cockatoo, but oh man, I can make money anytime I want to. What I always do, I still go out and create something else.
right, right,
My kids might not be traders. They might not like real estate. They might not like. But guess what? It's 7, 8 different things over here going on. Everybody gonna be situated. So I can fall off on trade. Yes, Chris. I'm still gonna be okay, Chris. I can fall off on real estate. I'm still gonna be okay. That's how you learn the system the correct way. That's what they do. They ain't billionaires for no reason. They're not millionaires for no reason. They're not sitting there waiting on one investment. Some of them might hit a home run and get 100, 200 million, but most of them go out and create.
right.
Cause they creative.
Just like the
You're not
Bitcoin
gonna
thing.
sit down when you're creative. When you're creative, you're not gonna sit down. You're gonna keep busy.
That's a fact. Well, we done had you on here for close to 2 hours. It's about an hour and 40 minutes, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Shout out to everybody that's listening live and tuning in to replay. Listened all the way up until this point. We definitely appreciate you all. Cornell's got the webinar coming up on the 28th. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. We'll put you in contact with him for that. If you guys want to get to the workshop, we are going to allow non-trustees to come to this workshop. So just feel free to email over Christian at trustchristian.com. It's on May 1st. It is a limited seating only event. So, we usually sell out every event. Just want to let you know we are going to have more this year with Cornell. We got Cornell there. But, obviously you still want to make it to that one. Just like you say, it is an opportunity cost loss. And sometimes in life, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't, invest in yourself right then and there, you're costing yourself time. And, it's nothing worse than that because in most of the cases, you can lose a lot of things in life, but you can't lose money you never had. And so you guys have the opportunity to do some things that, if you ask, is it making me any money? You got to put yourself in a position where it can. And how can it do that if you're not investing in your education to be able to even know when that moment is there? So we appreciate you all for tuning in live, listen to replay. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com to get to the workshop, get to Cornell's webinar. We'll put you in contact with them. We're gonna post the both of the workshops links in the actual chat and actually on the YouTube page. So be on the lookout for those things. We'll actually have the post in the actual YouTube post section. So look on the YouTube post section for the channel. You'll see the post for Cornell's webinar. We'll throw that as the thumbnail for this episode, and as well the workshop that we have coming up on May 1st. So you got May 1st, and then you got March 28th for Cornell's webinar. So feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com, and we'll be in touch. Peace.